the floor to United Nations Watch. Thank you, Madam High Commissioner, for your report, which recalls the Vienna Declaration and highlights the need to confront tyranny and contempt for violations of fundamental human rights, including the need to put an end to impunity. You rightly stated that the time has come for an international investigation into human rights violations in Sri Lanka. You have repeatedly called for an investigation into human rights violations in Ukraine, and we commend you for demanding an impartial, independent and exhaustive investigation into all cases of deaths and injuries which have occurred in recent weeks in my country, Venezuela, and for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. Madam High Commissioner, the alarming situation in Venezuela is very personal for me. You've spoken about the large number of people detained for exercising their rights to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. Well, my nephew, a political leader, Leopoldo Lopez, is one of these people. Because of peaceful exercise of these human rights, last month Leopoldo, a husband and father of two small children, was arrested and held in a military prison. He's held in a cell which measures 2 by 3 meters. He's sleeping on the ground. He is allowed only minimum access to daylight and fresh air. He's held far from his family. We are seriously concerned for his well-being. I'm talking now about a member of my family and therefore somebody close to my heart. But the same also applies to the case of Ivan Simonovic and all other political prisoners and students who are being held. And lastly, all those who suffer from injustice in my country. Madam High Commissioner, I wish to ask you, given that your call for an investigation into abuses of human rights in Venezuela has just been approved by 6 independent experts of this Council, including the Special Rapporteur on Extrajudicial Executions and the Special Rapporteur on Torture, why will you not convene a special session of this Council and thereby create an investigation, a commission of inquiry? Thank you very much for your attention.
La delegación de Venezuela ha solicitado un punto de orden.
The delegation of Venezuela has raised a point of order.
Gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you, Mr. President. We apologize for interrupting this session, but we found ourselves obliged to take the floor under a point of order, given that we are currently assessing the report of the High Commissioner, which was presented to the Human Rights Council, and we are not on item 4 of the agenda discussing the situation of human rights, which would require the attention of the Council. Thank you.
Venezuela.
I thank Venezuela. We are indeed here undertaking the interactive dialogue on the High Commissioner's report. We therefore would ask participants of this dialogue to ask questions or make observations under the regarding the report. Thank you.